it is time to hold some people within the British media accountable for their biases towards Oleksandr Usyk leading up to the Daniel Dubois fight. Now, for those of you that do not know, this is a follow-up video to a video that I made talking about the bias that the British media has for Oleksandr Usyk, where I discuss in detail how they say things and how they sort of mold things to discredit Oleksandr Usyk. As you can see, this is the video on your screen right now, and you can click in the pop-up banner to watch the full video. The first person I want to focus on is Simon Jordan. Now, Simon Jordan knows his football stuff, but when it comes to boxing, Simon Jordan has no clue what he's talking about most of the time. Simon Jordan picked Daniel Dubois to beat Oleksandr Usyk because he said Oleksandr Usyk is going to be off by 5 to 6 or 8%. You see, my issue isn't that these guys have an opinion and they want to make prediction and they want to choose a British fighter. That is not a problem at all, because I am all for people supporting their people, and that's great. But when you're a pundit and you're being paid to analyze a fight and give the casual fans an understanding of what is going on in boxing and within fights, you have to be objective. You have to give each fighter their fair due. You have to talk about each fighter equally. You have to lay out each fighter's strengths and weaknesses, and you have to lay out each fighter's chances of winning. And that does not mean that you discredit the other fighter and lift up another fighter. And that is what I believe Simon Jordan and these guys do, where they would take some credit off of Usyk just so they can make Daniel Dubois look like he has improved so much and he's mentally different. When in fact, Daniel Dubois was no different mentally to when he fought Usyk the first time to now when he just fought Usyk and got absolutely demolished. And then you have Spencer Oliver, who in that video said that Oleksandr Usyk has not improved since he beat Daniel Dubois. But then, who did Oleksandr Usyk beat after beating Daniel Dubois? Tyson Fury. He beat Tyson Fury twice. He did it the first time, and then the second time, he did it even much better. So to say that Oleksandr Usyk had not improved since Daniel Dubois was a lie. And it was just lying to the public. And that is where my issues are. And now that Usyk demolished Daniel Dubois at Wembley, Spencer Oliver is nowhere to be found. And all that Spencer Oliver is doing is sort of trying to give Usyk credit. But Spencer, you need to do the right thing in the beginning of telling the public who Usyk is and what he can do, and what Daniel Dubois is and what he can do, instead of lying and trying to get more views for TalkSport. And now these guys are trying to make excuses for Daniel Dubois, saying that he was having parties before the fight, saying that Daniel Dubois wasn't himself. Now, Simon Jordan, why are you making excuses for Daniel Dubois? You picked Daniel Dubois to beat Usyk because you said Usyk would be 5 or 6 or 8% off. And now that Usyk has demolished Daniel Dubois, instead of you giving Usyk the credit, you're finding ways to tell the public, to tell the casual fans on TalkSport that Daniel Dubois was not himself. It did not matter what type of Daniel Dubois or what kind of Daniel Dubois came in the ring that night. Usyk was always going to beat Daniel Dubois because Usyk is the better fighter. And that is what you need to be saying on air, on radio, so people can hear the truth, instead of trying to twist and turn the truth to make Daniel Dubois look good or to get favors from Daniel Dubois' promoter, Frank Warren. These guys need to be on there and they need to tell the truth. And still finding ways to lie and to twist the truth, talking about Daniel Dubois wasn't himself and he arrived late at the venue. It does not matter what Daniel Dubois turned up on the night. He was always going to get beat by the better fighter, and that is Oleksandr Usyk, and you need to give him credit for that. So Simon Jordan, take accountability for your L, and Spencer Oliver, take accountability for your L. I do not want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear this and that. I don't want to hear Dubois this and he did this and he did that. Just say Oleksandr Usyk was the better fighter on the night, and don't mention no excuses, because when you do, you take away from Usyk. Every time you mention why Daniel Dubois did not perform at his best, you take away from Usyk and the fighter that Usyk is. So stop it and give Usyk the credit he deserves. What do you guys think? Have you also seen the biases and the way things are said and twisted just to take away a little bit of credit from Oleksandr Usyk and even some fighters that are not British when they are fighting British fighters? Get in the comment section and let me know. My thing is, every pundit has to be objective. Give both fighters, when you're talking about them, the credit they deserve, and don't take away from one fighter just to make the other fighter look good. Have you noticed the British media's biases towards the likes of Usyk? Now is the time to call him out, as they have taken an L. Get in the comment section and let me know what you think about it. My name is Bright. This is the Bright Show Podcast Boxing. If you enjoy boxing content, then please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave your comments in the section below. I'll see you guys on the next one.